I will always continue to say that riots are socially destructive and self-defeating. I'm still convinced that nonviolence is the most potent weapon available to oppress people in their struggle for freedom and justice. I feel that violence will only create more social problems than they will solve.
A mother fought through shock, grief, and tears tonight as she described her son Dante's last moments. Katie Wright said police shot and killed her 20-year-old son after pulling him over for having air fresheners hanging from his mirror. In a press release, police said the person had a warrant out for his arrest, and when they tried to arrest him, he got back into the car, and that's when an officer shot him. We have Sky 11 up right now. Here's a live look at Sky 11 outside the Brooklyn Center Police Station, where just a few moments ago we saw police officers using some kind of gas deterrence explosives on a crowd that is assembled around the police station there after giving them warning to walk away, essentially. It is about 3.5 miles to the east from where the scene of the shooting happened, which just happened just west of Brooklyn Boulevard on 63rd Avenue North. Now, Charmaine Nero has been following this developing situation all night. She just left the area a short time ago because the scene was getting a little bit chaotic there. But here's her story of what happened.
As crowds gathered at the intersection of 63rd and Lee in Brooklyn Center, the mother of 20-year-old Dante Wright identified her son as the man killed by police earlier today.
He said they pulled him over because he had air fresheners hanging from his mirror. They wanted to know about insurance. I will, when the police officer comes back to the window, put him on the phone and I will give him the insurance.
Brooklyn Center Police released an update saying officers pulled over a driver for a traffic violation on Orchard Avenue shortly before 2 p.m. Sunday. It's unclear why officers pulled over the driver, but officers say the driver identified by his mother as Wright had an outstanding warrant.
Then I heard the police officer come to the window and say, put the phone down and get out of the car. And Dante said, why? And he said, we'll explain to you when you get out of the car.
Brooklyn Center Police say as officers attempted to take the driver into custody, he got back into his car.
I heard the police officer say, Dante, don't run.
That's when police say an officer then discharged his weapon, striking the driver.
Like a minute later, I called and his girlfriend answered, which was the passenger in the car, and said that he'd been shot.
Again, as Charmaine said there, it is still unclear why police shot the young man. I understand he had a warrant and he was going back to his car, but that moment is still unclear as far as what happened there. We understand that the body cameras were worn by officers, that's according to police, as well as dash cam video. There you see some explosives going off on the ground there. This is in Brooklyn Center, just outside of the police station, as police are trying to control the scene there as crowds continue to grow in that area.
No justice! Fuck 12! Take it to the streets! Abolish the police! No justice! Fuck 12!
Minnesota Statute 609715 prohibits remaining present at an unlawful assembly. You are hereby ordered to immediately disperse, which means leave this area. Please do so by going east of Humboldt Avenue.
So right around that 10-minute mark, the officer was given about 6 minutes ago.
The time of 10 minutes has elapsed.
There you go.
If you remain present, you may be arrested. Thank you for your cooperation.
People have spray painted the Brooklyn Center sign up here, the police department signs. I see ACAB, fuck 12 written on it. People are standing on it. Police have declared an unlawful assembly. Most of the crowd has moved back to the street. That is the police station right here, 6645 Humboldt.
I know that there are protests still happening in major cities across the United States. I'm just not seeing the reporting on it that I had
that's right.
for the first few weeks.
That's right. But they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. And they're not, this is a movement, I'm telling you. They're not going to stop. And everyone beware, because they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop before Election Day in November, and they're not going to stop after Election Day. And that should be, everyone should take note of that on both levels, that they're not going to let up, and they should not. And we should not.
For example, I got pulled over by the police, come over to my window, flashes light in my face, hand on my pistol. I can handle that two ways. I can start yelling and screaming and tell him he a racist and he don't know me. You're doing this wrong. Or I can say, yes, officer, no, officer, or we done, officer. And both of them are going to have drastically different outcomes. With young black men, everything is susceptible to the question of your manhood. And what's going on in these streets ain't got nothing to do with my manhood.
Interesting.
If I'm gonna fight a police, I'm gonna fight him in a controlled environment, a court of law. I'm not gonna fight him.
Do you think that race plays a part in wealth distribution, or either a mindset that you can't or cannot? Yeah.
No.
You don't?
No, I don't. I don't. Hey, you and I, we're proof. Why would race have anything to do with it?
Put your mind to what you want to do and go for that.
No one wants to talk about perception when it comes to racial profiling. No one wants to talk about stereotypes when it comes to racial profiling.
Blacks are convinced that the #1 issue facing the country right now is social justice, racist white cops, discrimination, systemic racism, microaggression, whatever new word they come up with, and it's a bunch of nonsense.
As strong as anyone. It's no excuse for them bombing and destroying your own neighborhood. And burning down wherever it's happening, burning down storefronts and stores that people
with mobs is how they get turned into that.
Yeah.
What's to be gained? You know, you stop for one split second to think. Burning and looting doesn't help you in any way.
Y'all upset. But like it was already said, I doubt y'all and y'all half as upset as I am. So if I'm not over here wilding out, if I'm not over here blowing up stuff, if I'm not over here messing up my community, then what are y'all doing?
You know, incarceration rates in America has been a problem, especially as opposed to minorities. And Roman delves into the issues around the legal system. Do you think we've made any headway in the legal?
I think it's more important to make headway in our own house. By the time the system comes into play, the damage is done. They're not locking up 7-year-olds.
And if you talk about it, it exists. Right. Yeah. It's not like it exists and we refuse to talk about it, but making it a bigger issue than it needs to be is a problem.
Man, I think most white people and black people are great people. I really believe that in my heart. But I think our system is set up where our politicians, whether they're Republicans or Democrats, are designed to make us not like each other so they can keep their grasp of money and power. They divide and conquer. I truly believe in my heart most white people and black people are awesome people, but we're so stupid following our politicians, whether they are Republicans or Democrats. And their only job is, hey, let's make these people not like each other. We don't live in their neighborhoods. We all got money. Let's make the whites and blacks not like each other. Let's make rich people and poor people not like each other. Let's scramble the middle class. I truly believe that in my heart.
So I will continue to condemn riots and continue to say to my brothers and sisters that this is not the way. Continue to affirm that there is another way.
Let's switch it up, y'all. Let's switch it up. Yeah. Amen. Do this peacefully. Please.